everyone, welcome to Connection Yoga. I just want to say real quick, yoga is for everyone. However, when online, it is up to the individual to assess whether they are ready or not to participate in the class that they have chosen. If you suffer from specific disease, illness, or injury, or are pregnant, it is important for you to consult with your physician before beginning. The practice of yoga requires that you, the practitioner, need to gauge the safety of your practice within your own personal and physical limitations. I'm not there, I'm not in your body, so I can't. You need to pay attention and act accordingly. It is always better for you to build up slowly rather than force or strain. While you might feel exertion throughout the practice, you should also feel relaxed. While you might feel some discomfort, you should never feel pain. The techniques and suggestions presented in the following content are not intended to substitute for proper medical care. Consult your physician before beginning any new exercise program. Connection Yoga assumes no responsibility for injuries suffered while participating in the yoga content. The user assumes all risks. With that, I can't wait to see you on the mat, and I'll see you there.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Connection Yoga. My name is Kat, and we've got Roscoe here today for our pose breakdown series. We are continuing today with pyramid pose, built by aliens or yogis. We don't know. Just the little jokes. I'm trying to be funny. I hope you laughed a little bit. Who knows? Moving on to the pose breakdown aspect. So first I am going to demonstrate pyramid pose, and then I am going to break down each section of the body on how to safely align the body to protect the hips, the spine, all the good bits. All right, so I do suggest that you warm up a little bit before trying this pose, because it does work on some of the muscles that can be tighter in us everyday desk sitting, bad posture folk. So if you want to pause this and do one of my short ones that are like 20 minutes or less, you don't have to do the whole thing, that would be great. Or stay with me and just listen as I demonstrate. So first, pyramid pose, so you know what I am talking about. Boom. That's it, pretty much. All right. So this is an asymmetrical standing pose with a forward fold. So your feet, you want them spread apart with your front foot at 12 o'clock, pointing forward. Now, your back foot, I personally learned alignment of keeping the foot at 12 o'clock as well. However, it is perfectly fine for you if it feels more comfortable, and if your hips and low back are pretty tight, you can turn that back foot open to like 2 o'clock, okay? And that helps a little bit with not only tight hips and getting into the pose, it also helps with balance, because then you have a less narrow base like you do when both feet are here. You cover a little more surface area. So it's your choice. Maybe try it both ways and make a choice on which you prefer. But I aim to keep both my feet forward because it helps keep the hips forward. You want the square hips square forward wherever they are in the descent. So feet are pressing, but you want a soft bend in the knee. Regarding stance length, I suggest about 1.5 to 3 feet. It really depends on how tall and how flexible you are. You can adjust as needed. I have about a 2 feet one with my hips in the center between those two legs. So you want an isosceles triangle with the top parts being the same length. Okay, so feet are pressing, knees are soft, legs are extending. So particularly the back of the legs. So our calves through our hamstrings on the back of our quads are extending in the forward fold. And that's why we want to keep the soft bend in the knee. We never want to lock it out here. Soft bend helps us engage all the surrounding muscles and really press to extend the muscles instead of just locking the bones in place, okay? So, soft, or if you're like pretty tight, you might want a bigger bend in the knee, but we'll talk about other modifications that you can do towards the end. So, that's about it with our leg portions. Our quads are engaged, but we're aiming to lengthen the back of the legs. So the sensation on the front leg is going to be a little bit more intense because the degree of flexion in the front side of the hip is greater than the other leg. So next, coming to our hips, you want the tailbone reaching out, reaching up, or in whatever direction that you're going forward. All right. Pubic bone lifting up through the core. So we want an extension, but we don't want to work too hard, okay? You want to lengthen that so you're not just collapsing over the leg, okay? So you want the forward fold to have extra work on the legs. And so to get that extra work that we need and we love, we can't just fall over our legs. Instead, we have to reach out of the core, reach out of the chest, extending the top of our body, because all of these muscles are connected. And by extending the upper body while we extend the legs, we really are just working our piriformis, our gluteus medius especially, so that's the side of our butt muscles, our hamstrings, our low back, all of it, by extending out of the core, out of the chest, through the forward fold. So, the descent of this fold is going to be your judgment call, okay? So, if first you can't quite get your hips around to like descend all the way forward, you definitely need at least one block. Tall guys out there, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Try and stack them up, see what you need. I had guys in my yoga teacher training who definitely used 2 of them stacked up. Try it out there, tall people. Okay, so you can also have one on each hand here. I only have 1 block with me, so I'm gonna have a hypothetical one. All right, so 2 blocks. If you're real tight here, your legs are still the same. They're still extending. Your chest is still extending. You just aren't as far folded forward, but you want to be working that way. Okay, so next you could do just 1 block. You can try different sides of the blocks, whichever one works best. All right, but eventually you want to have your hands on the earth and you can start to lay over this leg, okay? So it's a lot of work. Pyramid pose should be working up your core, your legs, everything. It can be an intense pose, but it works, okay? And that's why we feel it. So make sure that you're pressing and you're extending and you're paying attention to your body. So if your low back and your hips are screaming because you are just trying to really put your nose on your knee, don't do that, all right? You want space to breathe. You want space for your body to progress to these depths, okay? It didn't happen in a day, your body tightening up, and it's not going to undo in one day. So, practice. And when you come to the mat, go with what it feels right in that moment, okay? Some days I need a block for sure. I'm just like, oh my God, I ran or something, my low back, and I need a block. Other days I can just do my thing, okay? We all are on this journey together to take care of our bodies and work them in a way that is going to increase our mobility, decrease pain ideally, and bring us closer to ourselves. So This was a lot, but I love pyramid pose and I hope you learned about it today. So remember, give yourself room to breathe, room to extend and press. So if you have any questions about that pose, put it in the comment section below. I look forward to seeing them, or if you just have some kind words or any fun facts, share them along. I'd like to hear them. Give me a like, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know each time I come on here to ramble about yoga and how to do the poses. So that's it. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and remember, yoga is your friend, and namaste.